Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again. Seems as it's the international break, we thought we'd do an England special because, let's be honest, who cares about all those other countries? England is the only one we care about, as you can see in our shirts. And today, Ian had so much he wanted to talk about in the show that Ian's going to present it, and I'm going to be the other half. So welcome to the Mullet Show on the Full-Time Sports Network.
Never give up on us. Now we're on the road to you. Right now, all our dreams can be made. I will be kings of football again. England! England!
Thank you, Ollie, my partner in crime. Yeah, I passionately wanted to do a show on England, but because this is a mullet show, we will lead up to the serious bit. Yes, we will finish the show talking seriously about who's going to be in the England 11 and maybe even who should make the World Cup squad. And we'll get all serious and we might even get a little technical here and there. But before then, there's been a question that's been playing on my mind kind of all day, and that has been, where have all the characters gone? Because I'm a little bit older than Ollie, I remember all the wild characters that have, adorned England, all through the ages, all that Gaza era when they did the dentist chair and crazy looks and wild players and flair players who could turn the game around. And genuinely, I think 20, 30 years ago, there was lots and lots of love and, passion for the England team. And yet the last 4 or 5 years, and even when we look at FTSM, loads of the guys they're just not that interested in England. They're passionate about their clubs, and the passion for the clubs has got great, and the passion for England seems to be dying. And yet we got as close to winning a big tournament as we ever had since 1966. We were runners up on penalties in the Euros, and we still can't get enthusiastic about it. It is bizarre. So I wanted to think about characters. And because it's the mullet show, Ollie, I was thinking about when you look at the wild looks of all the England players over the years and the haircuts and the style and the daring, and you look at the England team now, think about the England team now, apart from Jack Grealish, bless him, the character of the team, but because he's the character of the team with the haircut, of course, he gets absolutely lambasted in the press, Party Jack and all this sort of stuff. And then Phil Foden occasionally dyes his hair, but apart from that, he has a relatively dreadful basin haircut that looks as though his mum's done it. And then the rest of the team, you think about Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell, they look like nice little posh grammar school boys. Harry Kane's got a haircut that he probably had when he was 12. And the rest of the team, Pickford, all those players, Maguire. There's
Pickford's haircut's okay. It's quite Peaky Blinders-esque.
But it's basic. It's not risque. It's not characterful.
It's not a mullet.
But when you think through the years, all right. Now, firstly, I know this wasn't stylish, but I wanted to point out. Look at that. Look at Bobby Charlton's comb over haircut.
So you think that's a circumstance of him losing his hair? Obviously, I mean, I do love this photo. It's almost primeval. You know what I mean? Like it's brutal. But yeah, I mean,
he's gonna die for the bugs, isn't he? He's gonna die for the 3 lions. Oh look, Ollie, he's got the same
pretty
shirt.
Bad haircut, Ian.
He's got the same shirt as me on.
Yes.
He has.
And he's won the World Cup. Look at that. Who cares what your haircut looks like if you won the World Cup? That's what I say. I
did say to Ollie, this isn't an original shirt. I think I got it in Top Man about 25 years ago, but not an original. But, over those years, there was the glory days of the 1980s, which, Ollie, you've modelled yourself on. I mean, look at our Kev. Look at it.
Kev. Look how tight his shirt is. Brilliant. Now, what is that shirt made out of? It looks like it's made out of bloody wool.
Velcro and vinyl.
Velcro pain.
Not Velcro. I meant, What I'm thinking, like nylon.
Yeah, no, but I think it probably was nylon. I mean, we've come on since then, but that's a pretty tight shirt. I mean, I like it. I'd take that shirt. And I love the haircut as well. It looks like Roger Daltrey basically in an England shirt, doesn't it?
Actually, interesting. I was going to show this picture later, but this is the new England away shirt. It's not.
Yeah, see, I quite like that one.
Look at Keegan.
Yeah.
And look at this.
Yeah, they basically ripped off the shirt. I think I've got the home shirt for that one. Like, was it World in Motion?
This is the new one.
I mean, that's
you're right. That was the World in Motion shirt.
World in Motion one in red. See, I'll take that one. This other one, though, is terrible.
Yeah, that one. We're going to come back to that. But
that one looks like, I don't know. It looks like you're on holiday in Spain, and the reps around the hotel when you're a kid. You know, they're all wearing the same shirts. That's what that reminds me of. Hotel holiday reps.
The party team or whatever. It also looks as though it's caught some of the colour in the wash.
I don't like it. They should have just stuck to the retro like they did with the other one, but hey.
But I want to go back into the 80s. I mean, look at this. Paul Mariner. That's the same shirt as you, nearly, Ollie.
It is, but that's the red one. He's wearing the red one. I'll be honest, I didn't even know who this guy was when you sent through this picture. Yeah. I didn't know who he was.
Honestly, it's lined up across the screen. The colours are lined with your shirt.
Was he good? This
Paul
guy?
Mariner, yeah. He played centre forward, scored lots of goals. I mean, he wasn't that skillful, but he was, put himself about. I think he starts at Ipswich. I think he ended up at Rangers.
Yeah, he's got kind of a Liam Gallagher, Noel Gallagher kind of Barnett going on there. I quite like it.
That's your shirt. He's got your shirt.
But he's got the red one on because you can get it in red.
But hang on. I mean, look, big nose Phil Thompson, who was on Sky Sports.
He's got my shirt on as well.
Not only Phil Thompson has he got a perm, but he's also got a peroxide perm.
Hang on a sec. So explain this picture to me. Is the one on the right a young Phil Thompson and the one on the left an older Phil Thompson?
No, the one on the right is Brian Robson, isn't it?
Oh, right. It's the same person.
No, come on. You can't, unless he's had a nose job. Look at the state of that.
But I thought it was like a before and after.
When you've got a face like Coco the Clown, like Phil Thompson, he looks like he's hit every branch of the ugly tree when he fell down. I mean, what is the point of bringing attention to a huge conch like that by putting a perm and a peroxide job on it?
I don't know. I do kind of dig the perm. This is the third perm we've seen, and I do like a perm. The question is it a natural perm or have they permed it themselves?
Ooh, home job.
You reckon? Because mine looks like that if I grew it like that.
Let's move on a couple of years, and we've got to go to the doyens, the high princes of mullets. I mean, that's Glenda there. I mean, that's a mullet in action, isn't it?
He's got a good tan going there as well.
Yeah,
that's a good mullet. Like that's the classic. But I mean, it's not that short on the sides. That's all I would say. Probably needs to take a little bit more off the sides there. But
talking about taking a bit off the sides, what about this one?
That's what we want to see. That's a mullet. That's
a proper mullet,
that
isn't
is
it?
Pure genius. I mean, look, and that's the shirt I was talking about.
Yeah.
The new away shirt looks like that shirt, but in red.
Yeah. It's actually, we wanted to show haircuts, but actually, this is a heck of a good trip through shirts, isn't it? You look at that, and we were going to look at actually a goalkeeper shirt, but coming up, I mean, what we're going to do about that?
I don't even know what he's doing with this photo, but it was the only one I could find with a ponytail and him in an England shirt. So,
yeah, and we're not going to do any lobbing seaman jokes now.
No, that was a sad time though when that happened to Seaman, because he was always a hero of mine. I used to be a goalkeeper and obviously being an Arsenal fan, and I thought he got. I mean, it was a bit harshly treated over that one with the Brazil one, but you know.
Yeah, but there was another one that went over his head. I think it was.
There was the Brazil one,
but I want to say Reyes, the Spanish player. again, a massive ricochet that went over his head as well. But hang on, let's look at El Ponytail.
Well, the thing is, Beckham's that good looking. He looks good with
Yeah.
any haircut, and he's just, and there's him just thinking, I wonder what my next haircut's going to look like.
Wow, we might answer that. We did the one, but I thought it was interesting when David Beckham got all the plaudits, and I have to say I love the Philip Schofield jokes going on at the moment about queue jumping, and Bex was in the queue, bless him, all that time.
What do you mean?
Well, David Beckham queued up to see the Queen, didn't he?
Why did he have to queue? Surely he could just go straight to the front.
No, he didn't, because his grandfather was an East End boy, and his grandfather wouldn't have been happy. So he queued for 13 or 14 hours with all the public, and he's been lauded in all the press for the magazines. Yet Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield jumped the queue, and there's like 30,000 people have filed a petition to have them taken off the telly. I think I'd probably be one of them, which I find funny. However, I have a cynical view on this, because I still can't get over that David Beckham is the official face of the Qatar World Cup. 110 million he's getting for it. And obviously they've got horrendous human rights issues in Qatar, and all the conditions of those guys. There's massive criticism. So
apparently it's just when they fall asleep. Apparently that's what happens. You get so hot and so tired, you fall asleep, and then that's how it's been happening.
David, it's your PR company. We've got this great idea. We're really worried about all the bad publicity you'll get in the World Cup for being the face of Qatar. We've got this great idea. How about you queue for 13 hours and look like the hero of the nation, and everyone will forgive you for 110 million pounds of blood money in Qatar?
And you will go. Bit hard. Beckham's on the phone now. Beckham's on the phone. He's like, he's watching.
It's Victoria. It's Victoria.
He's not happy.
Is that posh? Is that posh? No, honestly, I didn't mean it.
You apologise. He's just doing his job. He's the best looking man in the world, though.
Yeah. You've got to.
And he did queue for 13 hours. So give the man a break.
But look at the picture without the tats. There's no tats on the neck and stuff. He's very fresh, though, isn't he? You like his tattoos?
Yeah, I love the man. I met him. I shook his hand. It was one of the best days of my life.
When was that?
He came into my cinema, and I was just praying that the ice blast machine didn't break, because he was ordering ice blast for his kids.
Wow. What was the movie?
I can't remember. It was so long ago. It was a kids' film, because he was taking his kids there, and then and then Posh turned up.
What? You saw Posh as well?
Yeah, she turned up to pick the kids up. So all in all, it was one of the greatest days ever.
Wow, you've met Posh and Bex, bloody hell!
Yeah, I didn't meet Posh, but I got to meet David, so that was good. I quite like this look.
Yeah.
Do you know what that's called? Do you know what that's called, Ian? What haircut that's called?
What is it?
It's a cane row.
A what?
A cane row.
Cane
rows.
How do you spell it?
I don't know, but it's called a cane row.
Oh. Didn't David James have one of those as well?
Yeah, I think so. A few players have done it. It's an interesting look. I like it. Would you think I should go for that?
Perhaps. He's got a great jaw, hasn't he, David?
Yeah, have you ever seen a bad picture of the man? I don't think.
I noticed his beard goes a long way up his face, and it just looks. I always think when he's grown that kind of stubble, he looks like he's got a bit of a dirty face. Am I being too critical? And
you've mugged off, Ian. You've mugged off. You've mugged off Beckham again. The man's a saint.
Oh God!
Oh, he's on the phone. He's on the phone again.
So we've had a look at that, but there is the daddy of all haircuts from the 1980s. This is the daddy.
And just a spoiler: he did not play for England. But this is just one that Ian wanted to pop in.
I mean, that's the daddy of all haircuts, isn't it?
Was he good, this lad, then? Was he a good player?
Yeah, he was good. He was playmaker for Colombia.
Colombia, yeah. I think
Carlos
so.
Valderrama. But of all the haircuts in all the world, we were talking about Boogie Nights before we came on, yeah? And what a great movie that is, because we always talk movies. And we were saying that, your haircut was a little bit, not quite a Dirk Diggler, but one of the other characters in Boogie Nights. But Carlos Valderrama, I mean, he could have been in Boogie Nights as well, couldn't he? With that haircut.
Definitely. Do you think that's a natural haircut or that's one he's done himself?
I don't know. It does look a bit Beyonce at times as well, isn't it?
Well, it's just a strong look, and he's got the tash there as well.
Yeah, he's got it all going on.
Are you allowed to wear necklaces? He's wearing a necklace. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
So I'll wear a necklace. I'll do what I want.
It looks a little bit like a Crystal Palace away shirt, that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the badge, though. What's going on with the badge in that kit? It's just like, we'll just slap a red football on there. That will represent Colombia. No.
Yeah.
Needs to be a bit more thoughtful than that, I think.
Okay. Well, the only interesting haircut we had in the Euros was Phil's, which
I think that's
not great. That is
he looks great. Look at him. It's beautiful.
No, I mean I love him to
made him play better.
He's like our best England player, but have a look at Phil Foden. And
I think it made him play better. To be fair, Ian, in the Euros, I think it made him play better.
Well, hopefully, maybe you get to pick him out a little bit more.
I do think Saka's better than Foden, though.
I don't know if you can cast your mind back. I remember when, I think it was the Romanian team with Hadji and all that sort of, and the whole team peroxided their hair. There was the lad at Chelsea, Dan Petrescu.
Dan Petrescu, yeah.
And everybody dyed their hair and they came on. And none of the commentators were so pissed off because they couldn't tell who the hell was who. It was the commentator's nightmare. Blondie's past the Blondie. And Blondie's taking it on. And Blondie scored. Or something like
that. Surely they could have worked it out. Was that the year they played us? Did they play us in that one?
Oh, God, I can't remember. But I remember but those were the days when people would do all that sort of stuff. And when Mick McCarthy, was it Jack Charlton or Mick McCarthy's Republic of Ireland team? And you got Andy Townsend and all those guys dyeing their hair for the World Cup and the Euros. They all went a bit crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were that bad, though, that I think they needed it.
That was the year that the Republic of Ireland got to, I think, was it the quarters or the semis of the World Cup? No. They had Ray Houghton and Andy Townsend. And
who are we to say then? If they got to the quarterfinals, then it must have done something.
Yeah. But good. So
it'd be nice you peroxide my hair like Foden's for the World Cup.
Your hair would look. I reckon you've got to. Where's no? God, it could look like Phil Thompson, but I want Valderrama back. How are you going to master that?
I don't think anyone can master that. I think it's one of the strongest looks I've ever seen in football.
Yeah.
And just so you know, the guy on the right is Phil Thompson when he was
left. Yeah.
15, and the guy on the left is Phil Thompson a few years later when he got his nose broken.
No, he's always had a nose like that. And the guy on the right, I'm pretty confident.
Robson on the right. That's Robson on the right. There we go.
Yeah. Who was?
Did Phil Thompson play for England?
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah.
I like this greenish look. I like it.
All we have is Jack now. That's a good England shirt, isn't it? I like that one.
So Solo's saying that,
they're all saying I did have a picture.
Paul
Gascoigne was the trendsetter of dyeing his hair. He was part of the long line of dyed hairs, to be fair. The Romanian team who all dyed their hair were before Gaza, and the Republic of Ireland team as well. But yeah, that was a good effort by Gaza. That was a bonkers haircut. That was the dentist chair one with Sheringham and Shearer and all that.
That's when we were at our best.
Terry Venables was the manager.
That was our chance. That really was our chance. All we had to do was beat Germany, and we would have won that. But
yeah,
as we know, being England fans, it never goes that way.
But we were only a penalty away. We were only a couple of penalties away. Yeah,
Yeah, but doesn't that make it worse?
yeah, but I can't get my head around. In terms of theoretically, in this World Cup, because Italy didn't qualify, theoretically, we are the best European team because we only lost them on penalties in the Euros, yeah? Theoretically. Theoretically, we're better than Spain, Germany, Belgium. Theoretically. So why
I mean,
aren't
we're not
really
better than
excited?
Belgium. We're not better than Belgium.
I have to say, when I see Vitrius Jr. and Rodrigo and some of the Brazilian players, where I'm thinking they've got the makings of a pretty darn good team again, haven't they? Gabriel Jesus didn't even get in the squad.
Yeah, no, but they're saying he will be in. It was just they wanted to put a few in. Anthony, big up Oliver and Ian. Hi, Anthony. We still need to get you on the show, Anthony. So we'll be in touch. And unfortunately, Anthony, your bets, all of your bets last week, Ian, Tony, and Anthony, none of them won. So
I thought I did. I thought the first two.
No, you got one wrong, mate.
I've got one wrong. I've got loads right.
You got a few. You got a few wrong.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you which ones you got wrong?
Yeah, go on then.
So I've got to find it first.
I know the two Friday nights I got right, and I was getting well excited.
So you went Villa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did Villa won?
Yeah.
Then you went Fulham. Fulham won.
Yeah.
City won. Newcastle. It was a draw.
Yeah.
Spurs, and then you had a draw for us as well. Which we won.
Yeah.
And you had a
To
draw.
be fair, you played well. I thought you'd have a hard time at Brentford, and you didn't.
Yeah, well, this is a new Arsenal side.
What did
Anthony went Southampton, so that was wrong off the bat. Fulham, City, Newcastle. Newcastle was wrong. Leicester, wishful thinking there, Anthony. Although it did look good for a bit, and then Anthony said that we were going to draw, and West Ham. So
didn't Gabriel say it was a bit of a kickabout on the Brentford lad, and Tony said he's going to see him outside?
No, stop it, did he?
I think there was a bit of a Twitter spat, and he wasn't impressed.
Oh, really? It was on Twitter.
Yeah.
I know Gabriel.
Nice to have a bit of a kick around at Brentford.
Yeah, because Tony did that last season, didn't he?
Right.
Tony tweeted it after they beat us. It was nice to have a kick around, and then Gabriel thought, "Well, I'll mug him off."
We will come to Ivan. We'll come to Ivan later.
We'll come to Ivan, Tony.
Because he's now in the squad. So we're going to have a look at the squad in a bit. But before we have a look at the squad at the moment, just thoughts, Ollie. Let's keep it recent. The last 5-10 years, who've you been your England standout players you've thought, wow?
Oh, just 5 or 10 years. I actually went back for... I was going to say Beckham. Can I say Beckham?
10 years, I said. 10 years.
Surely Beckham was playing 10 years ago.
I don't think so.
Bloody hell. I mean, I'd say Saka, because I think since Saka's come into the team, we've been pretty good, and that's a biased one for me. I'm trying to think of defenders. Jordan Henderson's been pretty decent. I do quite like Henderson. I don't know why, but
I don't. Panic stations, Henderson.
And you've got to say Harry Kane, because I mean, he's the captain.
You do have to say Harry Kane. And the other one I really love, I think Declan Rice is a fabulous player.
Yeah,
England are fortunate to have him, Saka, Kane.
But yeah, I'd say in the last 5 years, I'd say those three players stick out for me.
Yeah.
What are your three?
Yeah, I think Phil Foden is the future of England. I think
I think Saka's better than Foden, though.
I think they're. You know what? I think they're equally good, and it's good that they can play left and right. I mean,
to be fair,
if you're
Foden,
a manager of Spain or you're manager of Germany or whatever, and Saka and Foden are playing against you in the England team with Kane in front of them, that's a hell of an arrowhead, that, isn't it?
I mean, we've got a great side. Anthony's just admitting that he's saying that he watched the stream back to get. You should just ask me, Anthony, because I wrote down and he didn't do that well, but that's fine.
But Anthony, Ollie's on his jollies. Ollie's on his jollies in a few weeks. He's going to Faliraki for a bit of a dance around his own bag. So maybe Anthony could come on. Are you going clubbing?
Anthony, you can present the Mullet Show for those 2 weeks. This is from our channel, Full Time Sports Network. If you are watching, please like and subscribe and ring the notification bell. Evening, lads, what are your feelings on the place of the International Game and Football calendar now? It's funny because you commented on that earlier, Ian, didn't you? Does it need alteration? Is this Nations League any better than the ad hoc friendlies? Ian?
No, it's tosh.
I quite like it. I still don't understand how it works.
So we've got games. We've got a friendly against Italy Friday night, and then we've got the Nations League at home to Germany on Monday. And if we're relegated, we're going to have to play Nations League against, I don't know, some boneheads like Gibraltar or Slovenia or...
You can get relegated from the Nations League.
San Marino or someone.
Anthony's saying Harry Kane and Kyle Walker. Walker is the fastest player in the league.
Yeah.
To be fair, Kyle Walker has
I'm a little bit worried about the increasing number of injuries that Walker's getting. I'm just a little bit worried at 31, 32 now.
Grealish, Walker and Kane. Walker again. Walker's very popular.
Yeah.
Nations League, what's the point?
Yeah, I agree.
Don't mind it.
I'm with Errol. I did, Kevin De Bruyne made a really high Foxy. Kevin De Bruyne, who is a real gentleman of the game, he came out and said literally, because he had to play the Nations League games in the summer, he got 2 weeks off.
Who's that?
Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, but who cares? You don't play for England.
It's the time of the year that you play those Nations Leagues when the players should be resting.
I agree. I'm
not a fan. I think we've burnt it out. It's like we've got a goose that lays golden eggs, and we just chop the head off it to try to get the eggs out by having the Nations League as well. Part of it is it's about the pent up demand of the England game. If they're rocking up every week, for example, we said Scotland are playing Ukraine tonight. They've already played them.
Big game, and thank you for everyone tuning in that isn't watching Scotland versus Ukraine.
How much interest can there really be in that after they've just played the World Cup qualifier for that?
They are just friendlies, though, glorified friendlies. So, and I guess you've got to play.
Looking to see if there's been any scores.
You were saying Foxy. I thought you were calling me Foxy, Ian, but you weren't. It's actually Tony. Tony, we discussed through your bets from last week's show. Unfortunately, you didn't win, mate. So, on to next week. We'll get it again. Hello, Manzi Talks. Big up, lads. Thank you, my man.
38 minutes. Scotland 0, Ukraine 0.
Big game. Riveting. Right. It is riveting. You should be watching this instead of watching that. Big up, everyone in chat. So this is big up Manzi as well. Rebels here. The Nations League was subject to controversies last night that are the proposed changes to the domestic football calendar.
Yeah, I did drop a load of comments into the agenda last night. Again, I'm not a Nations League fan. It's just a bridge too far. It's when is Ian growing out his mullet? Hey,
you should definitely grow a mullet, Ian.
Grow a mullet.
All you do is shave the sides.
It'd be funny.
Huh?
It'd be funny. I wonder if I could grow a mullet.
You should do it.
Better than a laugh.
Definitely do it. You should do it.
All right. I tell you what, I'm going to try. Here's my challenge, Ollie. I'm going to try and grow a mullet. Let's see what we can do.
You heard it here first. And he's saying if I was playing for England, I would have played in the 82, 86 World Cup with that sexy mullet. Oh, Anthony.
Yeah, it would be Waddle, Huddle, and Cotton. Yeah, Waddle, Huddle, and Cotton in midfield.
That's it. I've got the mullet, but I definitely don't have the skills. I'm good at table football, though. Mr. Rebel, big us. Rebel's in the chat. He's here. The thing about the World Cup, though, is there's probably about 6 or 7 countries that feel they'd have a chance of being competitive, and the rest are also random.
I absolutely agree. And the other point I made was that, if we start to increase the number of teams in both the World Cup and the Euros, so we get all these no-hopers in there, And even when you look at the qualifiers, everyone's bored with the qualifiers. I mean, how many times do we want to play the bloody Faroe Isles or Moldova or San Marino? San Marino, for goodness sake, it's not even a country; it's a principality, isn't it?
It is good though when you spank them about 20-0. It's quite fun.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not.
Well, that's why the Nations League's
been
brought in.
Bored with it.
If one of the Nations League's been brought in. Ian, did you give us your 3 best players?
No, I did say Foden, Declan Rice, and Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, nice. All right.
But here's a view. You know, you've still got like the new Chelsea owner and a variety of people mumbling in the background about this Euro League. You know, well, the only reason is because we want to see really high-level competitive games, whether it's Arsenal playing Juventus or Real Madrid or whatever on a more regular basis. And everyone loves those Champions League big boy matches, the big boy matches. But is it because, and my challenge is it because we have too many stupid games against San Marino and bonkers teams and people get bored with that? They just want big boy football.
Though, Ian. We don't want to be offending our San Marino audience right now.
All right. Malta, Gibraltar.
And Malta and Gibraltar, all these countries are big followers of the Full-Time Sports Network and the Mullet Show.
I think we're big in Luxembourg, aren't we?
Yeah, we're big everywhere, mate. We are big everywhere. Sure, even my wee country, the best we can hope for is to get there and maybe take a scalp. Is that?
Are we talking
about Scotland? Or are you from Ireland?
Scotland, surely, wee country.
Maybe. I always thought Rebels Irish. I'm not sure.
But they're not in the World Cup, and Scotland are, so it must be.
Must be Scotland then. Question, lads. I've been asking how far we can go in the World Cup. People have been saying quarterfinals. Thoughts? I told you Rebels from Ireland. See?
Oh, shit. Sorry. I'm deeply sorry. I'm really deeply sorry. I should have known that, really. And I should have guessed it. But apologies, Rebel.
Well, let's answer his
question. It's a Gaelic expression, not just...
Let's answer his question.
I look like a real...
How far are Ireland's going to go in the World Cup?
They're not in the World Cup.
They're not in it?
No. It's how far it is... No, what Anthony was asking was how far England are going to go in the World Cup. Some people say quarterfinals. I'm a bit worried about Brazil and Argentina because I think they look pretty damn strong. Rodrigo and... Vitrius Jr. and all that gang at Brazil, they look pretty immense in Argentina. But if ever we had a chance to win the World Cup, I think it's now.
I am going to say we are going to win it. Just everyone watching now, my band, Princess of Maine, are re-releasing our World Cup song and we are donating it to charity and we are getting all of the Full-Time Sports Network channels involved. Everyone's going to be in the video. Hopefully everyone in the chat now, everyone's going to be in the video and we're going to donate everything to charity. Me and Solo are just putting everything together now. So watch this space. And that is the reason we're going to win it. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Come on, you got to.
You sing it a bit.
You want me to sing the song?
Yeah.
I just what's the start of the show? You get the bit of the song.
Go on, Ollie. Go on.
No. We'll hear it. We'll hear it. There you go. I had to change one lyric though.
Okay.
Because in the lyrics it says, "Now we're on the way to Europe." So I had to change that to World Cup.
So you've got to get Qatar in there somehow, which sounds like something you get in your throat. But there you go.
No, I just said now we're on the road to the World Cup.
Rebels had we've only made 3 World Cups in our history. It's a nation where no hope is in international football. Well, if I could fast forward through the week international games on, I would. I agree 100%. If I could fast forward those, the Premier League was only just getting going, and City didn't get to play Spurs, and I think there was another. Was it United were playing? There was a couple of other really big games that were cancelled, and I was gutted. I was frothing at the mouth about the prospects of some of those games. But the point I wanted to make was, yes, I've merrily gone out there and say England could win the World Cup, but I've been a bit dumb there. There's the Qatar factor. It's going to be really hot.
No, but they're pumping.
Maybe that's not our best ground.
They're pumping air conditioning into the stadium. It's going to be great.
Oh, Anthony's going to wear a mankini.
Of course,
he's going to be Borat.
He's going to do it, mate. That's why we love Anthony.
Yeah,
he's a man of his word.
I think Anthony should come on while you're on holiday, fill in for you while you're in Falaraki dancing.
I think he should. I think he should. Anthony, please. We'll give you your details.
Right, before we come to the England squad, I wanted to bring something into the show. It's amazing. I saw this and I'd forgotten how old people were and what age they were and really how heavy they were. So when you look at the goalkeepers, you look at the three goalkeepers we've got, and all about the same height, 6'3", 6'2", 6'2". But look at the weight difference. Nick Pope is only 168 pounds and Henson's 185.
What's that in
stone? A lot of difference for the same height, isn't it?
What's that in stone then?
14 pounds in a stone. So 70. So it's over a stone. So Henson is over a stone heavier than Pope for the same height.
So, but what is Henderson in stone?
In fact, Pope's higher. Pope's taller.
So what's 185 pounds in stone?
Well, 140 would be 10. So 154 is 11. 168 is 12.
They're still pretty skinny then.
Yeah. So Henson's about 13 and a half stone, 14. So yeah, you're right, but it's just relative. I just thought it was interesting. Now you've got to see this one. Firstly, before putting it up, Ollie, who are the two equal shortest players in the England team?
I would go Trent Alexander-Arnold.
No.
Foden.
Yes, and who else?
Boom.
How tall is Phil Foden?
5'6", 5'7".
5'7", you're right. So who's the same height as him? And it's not difficult if you really think about it.
I'm just trying to look at this picture here and seeing what height they are, but he's sitting down. It's fine. I don't know. Who is the other one?
Raheem Sterling, of course.
Sterling, he's pretty small.
Okay, There's one player who is miles heavier than the rest of the team weight-wise. Who is it?
Harry Maguire.
Heavier than any of the goalkeepers. Heavy. He's as heavy almost, I reckon. Actually, we'll have a look at it. I reckon there's Sterling and Foden together. No, not quite. But he's a big, heavy lad.
Maguire.
I was stunned when I saw this. It doesn't come... I'll lean forward into this. Harry Maguire is 218 pounds, yeah? Look, there's no others that start even with a 2. Look at this. There's nothing.
Foden's only 152 pounds. James Ward-Prowse. Look, there's nothing on him.
Tammy Abrahams is pretty much the same height. He's 174, and Harry Maguire is 218 pounds.
Yeah, that's more like me. That's more my weight. Anthony said Saka for the shortish, but he got Foden, so well done, Anthony. Yeah. You got 1 out of 2.
Who else surprised me? I didn't think Reece James was 6 foot tall. Did you?
No, he doesn't look that tall when he's on the pitch, does he?
And Luke Shaw, 6'1". You've got
hang on, is Eric Dyer in the squad?
Yeah, he's just come back in.
How is he in the bloody England squad?
Well, because we haven't got any other good centre backs. Who else are you going to pick?
Ben White.
He's not made the squad.
He's better than Dyer.
I'm still worried about how much time he spends on the sunbed.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I was surprised. But you know what? And I mentioned this, I think, in the talk along show or whatever. Has Arsenal... Is it Arsenal's fault that Ben White is not in the England team? Because they played him right back out of that position. Have they cost him a place at the World Cup?
He's a hybrid, you see, so he can play both positions.
Have Arsenal cost poor old Ben White a place at the World Cup?
No, because he's played every game.
But he's played at right back.
No, but he played every game at centre back last season. He's better than Dyer anyway.
That was then, and this is now. He's going to be out of touch with playing centre back.
Oh, that's it. That's Ben White on the phone.
I'll be back 1 sec.
Doorbell music. Ian's gone. Let's look through more of these people in here. Sorry about how small it is. So, anyone in the chat?
Sorry. So back at the again. I was just amazed by these stats in terms of size. Who else amazed me?
Who's at the door?
Huh?
Who's at the door, Ian?
Oh, I don't know who's at the door. Jude Bellingham. Did you think Jude Bellingham was 6'1"?
He's quite a tall lad. He's a good player, Bellingham, isn't it?
I didn't think he was that tall.
Anthony says he doesn't want Ben White in the team. Lol. Yes, fair enough. Keep him fit for when we come back and we win the league.
He is. Bellingham is a bit of a special player, isn't he?
He is amazing. He is an amazing player. I'd have him at Arsenal all day.
So, okay, we're coming on to the crux. We've got to pick our England team for Friday night away in Germany. And then who on earth did we say they were playing on Monday?
Italy.
They were playing Italy on Friday night away and Germany at home in the Nations League on Monday. So come on then, Ollie. You got 3 goals to pick from.
So Ramsdale in goal.
Okay, slightly biased, but keep going.
Well, he's the best keeper out there.
No, you're right. Henson's blowing a bit hot and cold. He's getting a lot of practice at Forest. And Nick Pope's getting a bit of practice at Newcastle. But yeah, you're right.
Trent will start at left back.
Left back?
Sorry. Yeah, Trent's a left back, isn't he?
No. He's a right back.
Is he?
Robertson plays left back. Have you never watched Liverpool? It's that club up in the northwest.
All right, so Trent will start at right back.
You might as well play him at left.
Chilwell will start at left back. Chilwell's the left back, isn't he?
Yeah, Trent Alexander-Arnold's taken an awful lot of criticism for his lack of his poor defensive work, but he has got
left back.
He's got a fantastic right foot. I agree with that, but he's not the greatest defender.
He's going to play 5 at the back, though, isn't he?
Walker has been injured. I'll be surprised. But the player who's playing well is Kieran Trippier. What you could get away with is you don't need to play Ward-Prowse if you've got Kieran Trippier because he can take all the free kicks, the corners. He's been playing great for Newcastle. I would be tempted to play Trippier at right back rather than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Mind you, I love Reece James. I think he's a magic player.
Yeah, Reece James is good. I mean, he'll probably change it around a lot.
It's got to be Ben Chilwell at left back.
I think
we can't even be thinking about Luke Shaw, can we?
Because we play at 5 at the back, then Trent's going to be fine. You know what I mean? Like in a 5 at the back, Trent can do what the hell he wants. He doesn't have to defend essentially.
Who are you going to pick apart from John Stones? It's like going to a pantomime and looking at all the pantomime dames and deciding. Apologies to Mark Way on this one. Who on earth's going to play centre back?
That's easy. It'll be Cody,
Harry Maguire.
It'll be Cody, Maguire, and Stones.
Cody, Maguire. What? All 3?
Yeah, he plays 5 at the back, doesn't he?
Are you going to play 2? Okay, then Alexander-Arnold will play your wing back. Okay,
that's it. And then midfield.
Bellingham's got to play.
He's going to go Bellingham right. And look, Marseille doing, mate. You all right? Bellingham should start at Southgate Smart, which is completely questionable. Maguire, Shaw, Dyer choices. I wouldn't put.
That's a good play on words. That. Do you know what the technical phrase for a play on words is?
What's that?
It's an onomatopoeia.
Oh yeah.
You won't often get that on the Mullet show, but there you go.
No, you don't get much.
I didn't start with that play on words there, but there you go. So Bellingham's
worth 150 million.
I'm not sure. I think if any player is that, I think actually for those watching, there is a Man United agenda show tonight discussing that at 8:30, and I did put a comment in their show that if any player is worth that, he probably is. But the big question mark I said was, why on earth didn't a Premier League club pick him up? My mate at Birmingham has been raving about that kid for years. But anyway, midfield. Sorry, Ollie, who are you going to have?
Bellingham and Rice.
Yep, 100% agree.
And then the front three, Kane, Saka, and Foden.
Any place for Mason Mount?
No, but he might play him because he does like Mount.
It's a heck of a spearhead, that, isn't it? Saka on the right, Foden on the left, and Kane in front of them.
Yeah.
If you're an opposition manager, and
I mean, he might start Sterling as well. It's just tough, isn't it? He likes Sterling.
Yeah. What do you like
Ramsdale.
Ivan Toney?
Huh?
Do you like Ivan Toney? You think he's good?
No, I hate him.
Why?
Because he said that muggy tweet against Arsenal.
Oh dear.
Ramsdale, Alexander-Arnold, Stones, Cody, Chilwell, Bellingham, Rice. So I think, Anthony, you're going with a back four. Anthony, you're really pulling it out here. Ward-Prowse, Mount, Kane, and Toney. Interesting.
And Anthony's point is, if you play Trent Alexander-Arnold as opposed to Trippier, who's going to play your dead balls, so to speak?
I don't know, but Saka's good from dead ball situation. Moss has said Tomori, Cody, Stones as centre backs. Tomori, will he get a shot? Should be Chilwell and James as wing backs. I could see that.
Yeah, I can see that too. I prefer James over Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I think Alexander-Arnold though deserves a start. And then Moss has said Tammy or Tony should be given a go to see how they do up top. You know what Kane can do. That's true. I mean,
that's true. But I'd like to see them come off the bench because Italy and Germany are not easy teams to play.
And look, Moss is good. We got our payback on Tony. Gabrielle said walk in the park. Apparently, Moss, Tony did say that he would have him out, have a fight with him outside. So, is that what you said, Ian?
No, I invented that. I didn't say that really.
He didn't?
No, he didn't.
I believed you, Ian.
He did not say he'd have a fight in the car park, but he did call him out something about a stroll in the park, yeah.
Ian, I actually believed you. I was going to go on Twitter and search that and everything.
I read the Daily Mail too much.
This is what happens when I don't drink apple juice on the streams.
You're on the coffees.
Yes. I am missing my apple juice. I'll be honest, but
your body's going to be a temple, yeah.
For maybe a few days until at least Friday or Saturday. When I go out.
If I'm growing a mullet, so you're going to have to get a physique like Beck's then, yeah? Is that the deal?
Oh, I've already got that, mate.
No, I'm not sure. Where's the missus in the background? I'd like verification, please.
No. I mean, I've got a while to go. I need to get below 13 stone. Moss has said he'd like to take Gabriel Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. There you go. And he said I got mixed up a bit with good defenders, with both attacking and defending midfielders and good attackers. And Moss has said didn't like him, but Chris Waddle Mullet was a classico. I mean, he was worth just.
I tell you what, should we finish on Waddle? I mean, that's it, isn't it?
He's a beautiful man. He was a good player though, Waddle, wasn't he?
He was a great. It was. He didn't look as though he'd done a lot of. He really had an arched back and drooped shoulders. You remember? He loped around.
I don't actually remember because I was pretty young back then when Waddle was in. And before I even knew what a mullet was, really.
There must have been something, I reckon, in the embryo that was talking to you from Waddle saying, one day I am going to be a mullet.
Actually, it was taken from a film called Highway with Jared Leto in it, and he's got a mullet in that, and that's what inspired me to do it. Check the film out; it's great. I did it first when I was at uni, and I went back and did it again. But now I'm rocking the curly mullet because I can't be bothered to straighten it anymore. So there's many different types.
You could be this dude. You could be Carlos Valderrama. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is the golden age of hair. Even when we go back to Paul Mariner, it's the golden age.
Mariner, who I didn't even know who he was.
Glenn.
Hoddle, who I like to call the holistic prick for his views.
Yeah, Glenda.
He could have done us so well if he hadn't have got into all that holistic crap.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I hate it when Hoddle's commentating on England.
Really? I like it.
I hate it when he's commentating on anything. Get him away from anything.
I like Glenn Hoddle as a commentator.
No, he's a bloody idiot. Monster says, want to do a Django hockey hair, the best mullets. Master don't know what that means, mate. But
yeah,
yes.
I don't know what that means.
Yes, Master, definitely.
Anyway, I think we need to check out, Ollie. We check out. Our time is upon us. So just to remind, we're out. We're away at Germany on Friday night. No, sorry, Italy. It's a friendly on Friday night in Italy. I think I read that a couple of Italian players have got COVID, and then it's this monstrous Nations League on Monday against the Germans at home. Are there any penalties involved in that?
Come on, England.
Yeah.
And we will be reviewing it all on next week's Mullet Show, and then we will be previewing back what everyone wants to. Actually, do we still have another week? Yeah, there's another.
Is there another game? Is there another game after the German game?
I don't know. I'm just losing track of time here. So next Wednesday, and we will be previewing obviously the big games of the weekend, which obviously Arsenal Tottenham is the big one. I will be there. Thoroughly looking forward to it. Maybe I could get a few Tottenham fans on the show as well, just to spice it up. But I guess
we have a new song ready for next show.
The new song, well, it's just the same song, just with one, with one lyric change. Yes.
When are we doing the video?
Anthony, come on next week, mate. We'll get your information.
You can warm Anthony up, ready for your holidays next Wednesday on the Mullet Show.
We want Anthony to take over the present. I know what will happen though. No one will do the Mullet Show when I'm away. No one has the dedication.
I'm doing it.
You're going to do it, are you? You're going to set it all up. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You've got to come up with a topic. You've got to come up. You know, you have to have one topic which is just completely stupid every week.
Yeah, and we'll review Bothrill's bits and all the stuff.
Are you going to do Bothrill's bits as well? Oh my! I'm going to watch.
I never really understood that, but maybe Big Bonehead's bits or something. I don't know. But
Bothrill's bits is just the. I'm Bovril, and they're the bits that I've seen over the weekend. That's all it is.
Okay. I'll come up with a different version. But you're going to tune in from a distance?
I will tune in and I will comment and everything.
I'm going to do you proud.
Okay. Excellent. I can't wait. But we will be back next Wednesday or Thursday, depending. Anthony, we're going to get you on, mate. So don't worry, we'll get your information. This has been the Mullet Show. Ian, thank you for presenting today. It's been quite fun. Me just...
Very quite fun.
It was just me just spouting absolute rubbish about football. It's great. I'll come on next week. There we go. Nice one, Anthony. It's been great. No, but it's been nice, Ian. Don't get offended. It's been really nice just to be on the other side of it.
I'm not. It's fine.
Have you enjoyed it?
I've loved it.
He loves it. See? He bloody loves it. If you are watching, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This has been the Mullet Show, the England special on the Full Time Sports Network. And we will see you next Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when everyone's free. Goodbye.
Bye.
England!